What in the world is happening with King County real estate today? You want to know? Stay tuned. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? I'm Aaron Hendon with Christine & Company, Keller Williams. Welcome back to our channel. Here, you're going to go through everything you wanted to know about King County real estate and see what we can determine is the likely outcomes for the future. All right, ready? Here we go. What you're looking at is a graph of the last 15 months of inventory and sales. The light green are the light green are the available, and the dark green are the solds, with the blue line, the listings that came on during that month. So what do we see? Let's get a little drawing tool here. Okay, what do we see? Well, there are 4,700, almost 4,800 available homes at the end of June. How does that compare? Oh my God, that's 1,000 more than there were last June. And last June was a record. So what does that mean? That means we're just getting swamped in inventory, with buyers being really flat year to year. So when supply goes up and demand stays steady, what does that do with prices? Okay, supply and demand. Not just a good idea, right? It's the law. So you're going to see prices coming down. Now, the question is, first of all, before we get to that question, you can see in June, inventory tends to drop. It dropped a little steeper this year than last year, but, could be splitting hairs, especially given, you're at 25% more inventory this year. That's a big jump in inventory. So let's look at how this plays out, okay? One thing to watch is what's called the absorption rate. The months of inventory, that the amount of time it would take to sell all the available inventory if no new houses came to market at the current rate of sales. So where are we at? We're at 1.8 months, so almost 2 months, right? Last June, we were at 1.4 months. So there you go. It's obviously a slowing of the market. It's actually an increase of inventory in the market. And if things hold steady, then we'll pop through this 2.9 where we hit last September. Is that going to happen? I don't know, but we're on track to have it happen for sure. And what's important about that is 3 months is generally considered the least amount of time you could have to be a balanced market. So while everyone here is freaking out about how things have changed, and yes, it's not as hot as it was, it's still very much a seller's market. Anything below 3 months is considered a seller's market. So we're not even close to a balanced market. Now, we're on track to get there this year, this summer. So we'll see, and we'll see what that means ultimately. But let's take a look and see what it means in different price points. Okay, here we see July over median. This is over 650, which is the median in King County, more or less. We see that most of the inventory is above median. Okay, you've got 3,500 of the 4,500 are above 600. Last June, you were at 2,600, so the proportion stays the same pretty much as we saw in the overall. In other words, this is the driver of the market. Over median priced houses in King County are the bulk of the houses. And you can see, especially when we compare it in a minute, that while buyers are slips, that's a terrible line. That is a terrible line. Buyers are staying flat. I'm not drawing the line well, but buyers are staying flat nonetheless. You're seeing a massive increase in inventory, and we are pretty much where we were last September, and last September was the highest we've been in 5 years. So you could anticipate over 600,000 continuing that way. The under median price homes, look at that, much tighter of a market, meaning there's more buyers for each seller. It's still a little bit heavier on the seller, but not much. So if you have an under median price house, you are going to have more offers, sell it quicker than you are for an over median price house, where you would need to be more careful with how you price it. We are pretty much on track for last year. Let's erase that because I just covered up the number. 1288 there versus 1120 last June. So you don't see the big jump in inventory under median. And buyers, again, have stayed fairly flat. See if I could draw a flat line. That's a little better. All right. That means if you're buying under median, you're going to be in a more competitive market. So I don't want to hear all those people saying, but the market's softening. Not for under median price houses, it's not. Which is why you hear about people moving south and north to where housing prices are lower. That's what's driving the prices of the higher prices house down here. It's what's keeping inventory high. We've hit a ceiling of what people can afford. It's an affordability ceiling. Is it a bubble popping? I don't think it is. I think it's an affordability ceiling, and we're seeing a correction. We'll see how it plays out. There's a lot of houses being built. Amazon's now moving to Bellevue, may switch things up a little bit. We'll see how the whole thing plays out. But here's what there is to know for right now. If you're selling a home and you're selling over median price, you want to get it on the market as soon as possible and be very, very careful in your pricing. This is your over median, and what you're going to be facing here is an increase, a likely increase in inventory with buyers not following. That means you're going to need to get ahead of the market. You're going to have a realistic expectation of what you can sell for. If you're selling over the median price for your neighborhood, for your area, you need to investigate that. If you're buying, this is the time to get shopping. You're going to have the pick of the litter, especially if you're shopping in the over median price points. Over median price point buyers right now are sitting pretty. End of July, beginning of August, September, you should have a lot to choose from. Okay, it should be fairly easy as long as you're willing to pay over median for the neighborhood in the area that you're shopping. Again, everything's specific to neighborhood. This is the King County update. You want to get more information about your neighborhood, let me know. I'm happy to do a deep dive on that. I've got rent-to-own programs. I've got zero-down programs. I've got down payment assistance programs. I've got all kinds of ways to help you buy a house. And if you're selling, no one sells houses for more than our team. Let me know what I can do to help. I'm here to answer your questions. Let me know. And if you like what you're seeing here, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd love to have you. Let me know any questions you have in the comments and hit the little bell because we update these every week. And happy to, we want to give you that information as soon as we get it. All right. Thanks so much for coming by the channel. Talk to you later.